Facebook buys Instagram for $1 billion. It's Tuesday, April 10th, 2012, and this is iWake. I'm Tim Chatton, and this is an Instagram special edition. Good morning and welcome to another edition of iWake. Today's episode will be a bit different. As many of you know, Facebook has acquired Instagram for an incredible sum of $1 billion. Today's episode is going to take a look at Instagram from origins to acquisition. Instagram, for those that don't know, and how can you not, it's a photo-sharing app for the iPhone and now Android devices. It's made its fame through its sexy filters, easy sharing options, and insane focus on photography. It's kind of the Twitter for photos. Instagram development began in San Francisco with Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger. The original project was dubbed Bourbon, so B-U-R-B-N, Bourbon. I'm not sure how they pronounce that, but it sounds like bourbon to me. And designed to be a Foursquare competitor written in HTML5. The project got funded on March 5th, 2010 by Baseline Ventures and Andreessen Horowitz with a cash pool of $500,000. Kevin and Mike decided to move away from that Foursquare model competitor to instead focus on creating what ultimately became Instagram. The original app launched on October 6, 2010, and shortly after the launch, Josh Rydell joined the company as community manager. Shane Sweeney joined a month later, a month later in November 2010 as engineer, and a month after that, the company announced it has already registered 1 million users. So within its first 3 months of operation, Instagram achieved some wild success. In January of 2011, that's a month later after they announced this, Instagram added hashtags to improve discovery of photos. I remember Kelly Gamont at Verso doing some fun things like Stairway Monday with her hashtags. Hashtags make it easy to do themed photos like Stairway Monday and some other things like that. It really does help with discovery. Meanwhile, during the same month, Instagram was the runner-up for best mobile app at the Tech Crunchies, which is a pretty famous award show in the tech crowd here. On February 2nd, 2011, it was announced that Instagram raised $7 million in a Series A funding from a variety of investors, including Benchmark Capital, Jack Dorsey, Chris Sacca, through Capital Fund, and Adam D'Angelo. Instagram at this time remained ad-free and had no way to monetize, so this is pretty impressive. The app was being kept alive by those with big pockets that really saw its potential. A few months later, in May of 2011, Fast Company listed CEO Kevin Systrom at number 66 in the top 100 most creative people in business for 2011. By June of that same year, in 2011, the company hit the milestone of 5 million users, and just 3 months later, Instagram hit 10 million users. In terms of how many photos were taken with all these users, the company announced that in July of 2011, the 100 millionth photo has been uploaded, and they're well past that now. 3 months later, or a couple months later, I guess just a month later, in August, so from July to August, uploaded 50 million more photos. So we went from 100 million to 150 million in just a single month. Jessica Zollman was hired as a community evangelist while all of this was going on as they were reaching all of these milestones. Then in September of 2011, version 2.0 of the iOS app was released. Included new and live filters, instant tilt shift, high-resolution photos, optional borders, one-click rotation, and an updated icon. In September of 2011, Instagram won Best Locally Made App in the SF Weekly Web Awards. So this is all within a year. A year after Instagram's launch, the company had a staff of just a few people, 2 notable updates, plenty of awards, and a user base of over 10 million people. Not too shabby, if you ask me. In December of 2011, Apple named Instagram App of the Year for 2011. Now that Instagram has become a wild hit on iOS, it was time and is time for the app to make its way over to Android. On April 3rd, 2012, Instagram for Android was released. Meanwhile, the company announced that over 30 million Instagram accounts have been set up. So we went from about 10 million people in its first year to gaining momentum to 20 more million accounts. So plenty of growth between that time frame within just a couple of months here. The Android release was wildly successful with over 1 million downloads in just the first 12 hours of release. Its release brought a huge outcry from the iPhone community, and people just didn't want Android photos being polluted into their beautiful iOS world of photos. But Ultimately, who cares? A few days later, on April 9th, 2012, Instagram announced that Facebook would acquire them for $1 billion in cash and stock. In 551 days, a handful of people managed to create a $1 billion company. That's $1,814,882 a day. That's one day. Every single day, if you divide it out, it's over $1 million, close to $2 million of work every single day those guys went to work on Instagram. Pretty remarkable. And the remarkable thing about Instagram is that they managed to scale very gracefully. I never had a problem with uploading a photo, viewing my photos from the stream of photos I get every day from Instagram. And that's an incredible feat that places including Twitter and Flickr failed to do in the early days. Instagram, just like Facebook, prides itself of never going down. The announcement of the acquisition came both from Instagram and Facebook. Instagram's announcement of the acquisition was posted on their website, and basically a post by Kevin Systrom, the CEO, was made and was entitled Instagram plus Facebook. And here's that announcement so you guys can get a taste of what Kevin's take on this announcement is all about. When Mike and I started Instagram nearly 2 years ago, we set out to change and improve the way the world communicates and shares. We've had an amazing time watching Instagram grow into a vibrant community of people from all around the globe. Today, we couldn't be happier to announce that Instagram has agreed to be acquired by Facebook. Every day that passes, we see more experiences being shared through Instagram in ways that we never thought possible. It's because of our dedicated and talented team that we've gotten this far. And with the support and cross-pollination of ideas and talent at places like Facebook, we hope to create an even more exciting future for Instagram and Facebook alike. It's important to be clear that Instagram is not going away. We'll be working with Facebook to evolve Instagram and build the network. We'll continue to add new features to the product and find new ways to create a better mobile photo experience. The Instagram app will be the same, the one you know and love. You'll still have all the same people you follow and that follow you. You'll still be able to share to other social networks, and you'll still have all the other features that make the app so fun and unique. We're psyched to be joining Facebook and are so excited to build a better Instagram for everybody. Best, Kevin, CEO of Instagram. Meanwhile, Facebook CEO wrote a similar post. Mark Zuckerberg writes, I'm excited to share the news that we've agreed to acquire Instagram and that their talented team will be joining Facebook. For years, we focused on building the best experience for sharing photos with their friends and family. Now we'll be able to work even more closely with Instagram's team to also offer the best experiences for sharing beautiful mobile photos with people based on your interests. We believe these are different experiences that complement each other, but in order to do this well, we need to be mindful about keeping and building on Instagram's strengths and features rather than just trying to integrate everything with Facebook. That's why we're committed to building and growing Instagram independently. Millions of people around the world love the Instagram app and the brand associated with it, and our goal is to help spread this app and brand to even more people. We think the fact that Instagram is connected to other services beyond Facebook is an important part of the Instagram experience. We plan on keeping those features, as well as features like those, and the ability to post other social networks, the ability to share, not to share your Instagram to Facebook if you want, and the ability to have followers and follow people separately from your Facebook friends. So basically, they're going to continue the ability to not post to Facebook automatically, to allow you to post to Twitter, to allow you to go elsewhere besides Facebook. Separate experiences. These and many other features are an important part of the Instagram experience, and we understand that. We will try to learn from Instagram's experience to build similar features into our other products. At the same time, we will try to help Instagram continue to grow by using Facebook's strong engineering team and infrastructure. This is an important milestone for Facebook because it's the first time we've ever acquired a product and company with so many users. We don't plan on doing many more of these, if any at all. But providing the best photo sharing experience is one reason why so many people love Facebook, and we knew it would be worth bringing these two companies together. We're looking forward to working with the Instagram team and to all of the great new experiences we're going to be able to build together. So there you go. Now, this announcement has sparked a bit of a crazy backlash from certain users that simply hate Facebook. So what's happened here is people don't like Facebook, and it's caused a few users to leave Instagram. I guess around 0.0000001% of Instagram users are upset and have chosen to leave Instagram as a result. I've engaged with a few Twitter conversations today to see what the problem really is. And the problem is simply that people hate Facebook and don't want the association with it, even though they will remain separate entities and not be connected by any new meaningful way that they haven't been before. I come by the philosophy of this: trust people. Trust people. Don't think everyone's a liar. Trust that Kevin and Mark say what they say and mean what they mean. They both say that Instagram will continue as an independent app and experience, separate silos from each other. Facebook is not going to kill off one of the most successful iOS apps out there. And first off, just give them the time to prove that point to be true. Secondly, what did you expect to happen? Instagram to date has not made a cent. It has operated without any source of revenue. It is ad-free, and the app itself is free. I like to compare the acquisition of this to Pixar. Pixar was a very successful animation studio that economically was in trouble. Disney saw that Pixar was doing great stuff and saw that it was a special place, and they needed to maintain their own workspace. So Disney continued to let them operate separate from the rest of Disney. They're still in their own studios in their own city, away from the rest of Disney. There are those that hate Facebook, and for that they now hate Instagram. I may hate Disney, but that does not make me hate Pixar. Pixar is still Pixar a decade or two after Disney acquired them. Instagram is still Instagram, even though Facebook acquired them. Let Instagram be Instagram and forget the fact that Facebook owns them, just as I forget the fact that Disney owns Pixar. It does not matter to you, as a user, who owns Instagram. It only matters to the folks that actually run Instagram. You should feel assured instead that Instagram will not go away from lack of funding. Just as Disney funds Pixar, Facebook funds Instagram and will ensure it does not go away. After all, Instagram has always been public, and the Instagram app will stay that way. Instagram's public. It's never been private. So that's something to note as well. Mark already announced that the app won't automatically post to Facebook and that the networks will remain separate. The acquisition is great news, and if you're putting up a hissy fit about it, well then don't. Instead, create something awesome like Instagram. When the time comes for Facebook or some other company to buy you out and approaches you with a proposal like this, I want to give you tons of cash and acquire you. You'll still run your dream company separate from us. You'll still be you, but you'll now have funding. What would you say? And don't put up some philosophy thing to say different from what Instagram and Pixar both said. Instagram and Pixar are two great companies, and their acquisitions did not and will not kill them off. Get over it and on with your life. Life is too short for grudges. Forgive and forget. Your anger, it hurts you more than it hurts the thing or person you are angry at. So, bit of a rant, but an important rant, I feel. There is a very simple URL out there if you want to cancel your Instagram account, and there is a simple URL if you want to export your photos from Instagram. But I'll leave it to you to find those, as I don't want to encourage the idiocy. Hopefully, Instagram can come to Windows Phone 7 as a result of all of this, and it could be pretty cool for those users. And I'm sure, as they've said before, the Instagram app for iPhone is going to continue to improve and get better and better. And with Facebook support, it's just going to be awesome. So it's an exciting time to be an Instagram user for sure. Anyways, that is enough of Instagram for one day. I hope you've enjoyed this special edition of iWake and are now a bit more knowledgeable on the history and evolution of Instagram. Tomorrow, I'll be back for a more traditional episode of iWake. Well, as I like to say, that's what happened with Instagram. If you like this show, head on over to iTunes to leave a review of the audio version, and don't forget to subscribe to iWake Again. That's my Saturday show. Every Saturday, I do a new episode of this interview and discussion show all about Apple news and things like that. So it's over at iWakePodcast.com/again. That's iWakePodcast.com/again. It's $10 a month, and that is what funds the show you're watching. So please, please, please sign up and make sure iWake continues on. Facebook did not buy me out. I need your support. please head on over iWakePodcast.com/again or iWakePodcast.com/donate. Also, if you haven't checked out the video version of iWake, head on over to youtube.com/TCHATEN and subscribe to my YouTube channel. With that said, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another edition of iWake. Aloha.